What's up guys, I'm Vivi and welcome back to the channel. What is it this time, Vivi? Well, I decided to sit down and just talk. If it's too boring for some of you, I'm sorry. Now about the Amino app. Some people have been posting videos recently talking about how they got introduced to the Sly Cooper series, and talking about the Amino app. If you own an Android device or iOS and are a Sly Cooper fan, make sure to download the app on your device. It's free and join the community, it's pretty fun. Now, you know what's cool guys? Seeing people being a lot more active these days. I know this lack of news is creating a lot of silence. Seeing these guys talking about Sly Cooper again, it's absolutely great. Now some of you might say, how'd you get introduced to Sly Cooper, dude? Well, I did talk about this in my community video, but I guess I'll just have to repeat myself. Okay, so I have this very close friend of mine. He used to play Sly Cooper. I would watch him play it every day. Now, I got fascinated, right? I played the demos, I played the PS2 version with him from time to time, and then I decided to pick up the collection, which was released in 2010. Yes, I know my story of how I got introduced to Sly Cooper is pretty boring, and some people might be like, Vivi, how dare you? Shame on you, you don't even own the PS2 games, how could you? Well, you know, kids can't afford every single game, right? I spent all my money on Ratchet & Clank, okay? And talking about Ratchet & Clank, I do cover some stuff on that game. How did I get introduced to that series? Well, as a kid I was very young. It was around 2002 when the first game got released actually. I went to my mom's friend's house and they had these two kids. They were playing Ratchet & Clank 1 on the PS2, and for some reason they kept staring at me and just laughing. Vivi, were you bullied as a kid? Well, apart from people calling me Dumbo, no, I had a pretty cool childhood, don't worry. Anyways, I was so fascinated by the game, I picked it up, and guess what? I finished the game way before them. Now, about going commando, as a kid, my English was terrible. I didn't understand what sequels were. I was at Best Buy, okay? I was debating between two games. James Bond on the PS2 or going commando. To be honest, I went with James Bond at first, I went to the cash register and then completely changed my mind. I went back and took going commando. And that's how I officially got into the series. Now, talking about Up Your Arsenal. What about Up Your Arsenal? Okay. I remember seeing a poster at Walmart. It had a picture of the box cover art, actually, of Up Your Arsenal. The North American one. About Deadlocked. I was in class, this dude had like this booklet of upcoming games. I saw Ratchet Deadlocked. It had like this epic cover art on it. We had his gladiator mask on. I was so confused, I was like, it looks so dark, is this really a Ratchet & Clank game? But, yeah. And then eventually I picked up every single game. Now, what else could I talk about? Okay. What did I own as a kid? I owned the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. When I got a little bit older, my parents got me a Nintendo 64 for my birthday. Actually, in class, they threw me this birthday party, and we handed out these surprise bags. I don't know if you guys remember those bags with like random toys in them, random candies in them. I think they still do make some. But that's about it. That's about it for my boring childhood, okay? Now, if I describe my channel in one word, I would go with platformers. When I started this channel, I started with Kingdom Hearts, okay? I wanted to focus on Kingdom Hearts, but then I got into Sly Cooper, I talked about that cliffhanger, and then I talked about Ratchet & Clank a bit. Eventually they announced yooka-laylee, I got into that, and then there was Skyline Plugs, I got into that as well. And then I decided, dude, I think I'm gonna focus on platformers. That's actually my niche on YouTube. Now Vivi, what else do you do apart from YouTube? Okay. I work, part-time job, and I go to the gym. And of course I go to school, and talking about school, university, I'm planning on taking a part-time semester this time. I don't know guys, I just feel burnt out. I want to try something a bit different. I want to try and work a bit more, and focus on YouTube a bit more. I just want to know what it feels like. So I'm gonna say this again guys, for those of you who have been subscribed for a while, you know what my channel consists of already. News, theories, analyses, and discussions. Now about the Sly Cooper movie news videos, perhaps I do tend to get a bit repetitive, well that's because new people might stumble upon these videos, and if they know absolutely nothing about the movie, they're gonna find the information useful. Now about Jak and Daxter, I did talk about Jak and Daxter from time to time, but I plan on getting into theories and stuff like that. Spyro the Dragon. I only played the classics, just like Crash Bandicoot, and I'm talking about the PS1. The games that were developed by Insomniac Games and developed by Universal. Published by Universal. What am I saying? Now, there's one question I keep getting all the time. Vivi, are you going to do Let's Plays on your channel? The thing is, when I started doing YouTube, I didn't focus on Let's Plays, and you know when you start doing something and you're not used to it, like me talking to this camera right now? You're just afraid of sounding boring and too stressed. Now if I do Let's Plays, I'm probably gonna sound very boring, and I don't want that. But all I'm gonna say, guys, is I'm gonna think about it. It takes some getting used to, and I'll eventually have to start getting used to it, right? So let's talk about something else now. 2016 is almost coming to an end. Am I planning something special for New Year's Eve? Maybe some type of special video? Nah, what I'm planning to do is having a bunch of friends over, eating like there's no tomorrow, and drink some apple juice. I like apple juice, okay? Okay, what about 2017? Do I have any future plans? Honestly, guys, I have no idea, but I plan on trying some new stuff. Maybe some vlogs here and there. I know this channel doesn't consist of vlogs. That's why I don't want to do that many. Maybe I'm thinking of doing some fan mail time, you know when you receive fan mail and you read them and just have fun with it? I want to try something like that. And do you see this blue sad wall in the back? I plan on filling it up with a bunch of posters. And yeah, I guess that's one of my future goals in 2017. Now about milestones or anything like that, guys, I don't care about the numbers. This isn't why I do this. I do this because I enjoy it, and I absolutely love replying to comments. And the amount of support you guys are giving me, it's incredible, and thank you so much. Other than that, guys, I don't think I have anything else to say. Do I? Probably not, I don't know. Anyways, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and I just wanted to say one thing. Happy New Year, everyone. See you next time, and thank you for watching.